Hello gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Solospelunking, and this will be a Solospelunking Table Talk. So no gameplay, just random ramblings really, because ta-da-da-da, as you can see, happy birthday to me. My channel turned 2 years this month. Actually, I'm a little bit late. So on the 21st of October in 2023, I started this channel. And on the 21st this year, it's been 2 years, actually 2 years on YouTube. Like I said, a little bit late, so that was 4 days ago because I was on vacation. As you can see, I'm back now, back at the gaming table. And I really missed all of you guys, so I wanted to make a little short video, just a random rambling video, basically, and talk a little bit about first, what this channel basically did for me, did for my gaming, and then I will give you a little overview what I have planned to feature on this channel in the future, and finally a little gameplay related stuff just to ease into it a little bit again. I will create two characters. I would have created them anyway, so I figured, well, why not do it on camera? Maybe some of you find it interesting. First, happy birthday to the channel, and it's been 2 years, so I want to talk a little bit about what this channel did for me, or did for my enjoyment of solo gaming, because actually it is obviously not a huge channel, which brings me to one thing I always keep forgetting. So please, my goal was, because it's 2 years, at the end of October, I would love to have 2,000 subscribers, but I think I'm not getting there quite, so I'm still missing around, 50 subscribers or so. So please, if you watch this channel regularly or every once in a while and you haven't subscribed yet, or if you want to give me a birthday present, subscription would be great. It costs you nothing and it makes me happy. So please, if you enjoy this kind of authentic solo gaming content, please subscribe to the channel. Yeah, so what did it do for me, this channel? Well, first and foremost, through this channel, I think I made a couple of online friends. Big shout out here to our little solo gaming community that I have become a part of, and that I really enjoy. All these mutual support, the encouragement, the collaboration, multiplication of ideas. So this is like the main thing basically I got out of this, I got out of this channel, that I got into contact with a lot of you through comments, through personal emails with some of you, and just share this solo gaming experience with like-minded individuals, like they say, adventure alone together or something like that. So that's like the main thing. I made online friends and I became part of a little solo RPG community, which I really enjoy. Then, of course, what it also did for me is it did enhance my own solo gaming. And with enhance, I mean not that I didn't like my own solo gaming before. I still do. I still play my little low effort, but with no low effort, I not mean that I'm not invested in these games. With low effort, I mean I don't get all the toys out. I still play my private, basically dice rolling journaling games, and I really enjoy them. I play them to try out new systems that I'm tinkering with, or to unwind, but through this channel, finally, all the stuff that I got and that accumulated over the years finally gets its table time again, and gets put to good use, and gets taken out. Because if you do a video, you go the extra mile to make it visually appealing, to make it exciting, and it's also fun to move these little plastic miniatures around that we all spend so much money getting over the years. At least those of us that use miniatures, you probably can relate. But it's not only miniatures, it's tokens, it's Pathfinder pawns, it's maps, it's dungeon tiles, it's everything. And so this is something that this channel did for me, that it enhanced my solo gaming in a way that I get to play with all my fancy toys that I wouldn't do if I was just playing by myself. And actually, I did a little comparison video between the difference on-camera play, off-camera play. So check this out if you haven't done so. So that's another big thing that this channel did for me. So then, of course, it encouraged me to try out different systems. I've always been a tinkerer, and I've always played around with different systems. But I think because if you've got a YouTube channel and maybe you want to keep things exciting in a way that you mix systems, that you try out different systems that you probably would not have tried out before if it wasn't for the channel. Because of the channel, if you, or at least I can only talk for me, but if I'm more invested also in the community, I check out more videos, and then of course the algorithm does its thing and feeds you videos based on your clicks and interests. So you maybe stumble upon systems that you've never or would have never stumbled upon before or otherwise. So that's another thing that this channel basically encouraged me to try out different systems. And speaking of different systems, what it also did, it made me, I would say, an amateur hobbyist designer. Because I've put out some stuff myself, and if I say amateur hobbyist, then this is exactly what I mean. Most of these things basically I do for my own enjoyment, and I've always done this. I've played since my 11th year, since I was 11. Now I am 48, so that's quite a long time, and I've always been in our group, past and present, more or less, the forever GM, and I've always been the tinkerer who, I don't know, who tried to come up with new rules for different situations, who tried out to find new ways to play things. I'm just talking the Star Wars miniatures custom scenario rules that you can also find on my channel, and I've done a couple of Star Wars miniatures videos as well. So we have played this with my Cologne gaming group for years, and actually we had more fun playing these custom board gamey like scenarios with custom generated characters and character advancement and random spawning enemies in missions where you had a clear objective and they were thematic. We had a lot of fun, and we played this for a long time. Then we finally finished Imperial Assault, and now we are looking for something else to play. But I don't want to praise myself here, but the entire rules for this thing, like the point calculations, the character creation rules, the encounter spawning rules, that's all me. I did this stuff and for our personal enjoyment, and this is what I've always been doing, or what I always did. And now because of this channel, I get positive feedback. I see that there's some interest maybe in my stuff, and I don't want to deny it. Of course, I got the opportunity make $1 or $2 out of it as well. But like yeah, you probably know, if you also have a small YouTube channel, you don't get rich doing this stuff, and you also don't get rich doing self-publishing. At least I don't. And I mean, the solo RPG framework, it's $2.99. So I mean, and so this is just basically to get something back that I then reinvest into the channel to get new stuff to show you guys or to feature on the channel. So this is only like the secondary aspect. But I would be lying if I would tell you that I don't enjoy getting the occasional buck or two that I can just reinvest into my gaming hobby. So this is something this channel also did. It made me a hobbyist designer, and yeah, it helped me build an audience. And the final thing, and this has nothing really to do with the channel, but more with the community. Shout out here to Magehammer. It finally gave me the drive or the motivation or the enthusiasm to sit down and write my own book. So I'm actually in the process of novelizing, that's the term, the first season of Adventures in the Kelter Sector, featuring Nesh Duncan and Raya. And of course, it'll be a generic space opera novel set in the outer fringe of an oppressed galaxy, because for obvious reasons. I can't use certain elements because of IP things, but I still think it is a fun read. I'm almost done, so I got 150 pages at the moment. I got 4 chapters to go. The good thing is that I basically know what to write, because it's a story that I've already played. Of course, in the book, some things are different for dramatic license. I expanded greatly on character interaction. You get an insight into the characters' inner thoughts. And so I think even if you have watched Adventures in the Kelter Sector, you could still really enjoy the book, hopefully. And I'm aiming for a release. I think I can manage mid-November. And of course, if that is done, you will also get the appropriate video here on this channel. Yeah, and this is basically also a huge thing or step for me. And I can't wait for this moment to finally hold this product in my hand and give out a few authors' copies to my friends. Yeah, so this is something I would have never done without this channel, or without the community, or without the support from you guys that watch my content. Yeah, so this is basically what I got out of this channel in the past 2 years, and I hope there will be many years to come. So let me get my little script here. Speaking of the future, so what will be upcoming on the channel? Of course, I will continue my Machine Gods of the Noxian Expanse campaign. I will definitely continue that one. But because it is probably going to be like a huge thing, because unless I die, of course. When I die. But let's assume I don't die. I'm still only in the first random structure that I haven't fully explored yet. The map is basically blank. So this is something that might take a while. But I figured, since this is sort of like a long-term thing to keep things fresh and varied, I also will mix something else into my release schedule, basically. Couple of other games that I want to play. And the first thing I want to do, and this is all in addition to Machine Gods, so it'll probably be sort of like an alternating thing again. So what I want to do is I want to get back to my Bet of Fallcrest series using John Frederick's streamlined superheroes system, which I really like and which I think would fit the Bet of Fallcrest really well. So, but if you remember, we got one problem because the Bet of Fallcrest actually died. So he died, and I thought about, what could I do? And my first thing was just have someone else take up the mantle of the bet. But I never really or didn't really like this idea. So I'm using the cheesy route, and I will just do a prequel. I will call it The Bet of Fallcrest Origins, just like the Arkham Origins video game, which also took place before the other Arkham games. So that'll be the Bet of Fallcrest Origins. And it'll feature Brian Wayne, Master Blacksmith by day and Masked Bat Vigilante by night in the city of Fallcrest. And the story I have in mind, he will face off against the Jester. And you probably get an idea who the Jester could be inspired by. So this is something I will be doing on the channel. And the other thing, now we get back to my amateur hobbyist creator thing, I want to, of course, also play a game of Shadow Space, my first print-on-demand release that you get on that you can get on Amazon. It was basically a trial run to see if I can get KDP to work for my book that I'm working on. So I want to play a Shadow Space adventure featuring our recurring villain Reema Vess, and she will go on a bounty hunt in a space sector featuring my Shadow Space rule set. So that is what I have in mind, alternating with Machine Gods of the Noxian Expanse, and that should keep me busy for a while. So that is the little up next on Solospelunking part of the video. And now to get into a little bit gaming related stuff, because as we all know, prep is play. I want to create 2 characters, and I want to create actually Reema Vess using my Shadow Space rule set. So so that you can see the character creation process in action. You could also check out Magehammer's videos. He also has character creation featured there. And I will create a second character for my Machine God of the Noxian Expanse campaign, because what I have noticed in the past episodes that I played, that I actually miss the player character to player character interaction that I had a lot in Nash Duncan and Raya, and also the Bet of Fallcrest. He also had a companion. It was Selena Kylie in the first episode, and I don't know what she was she called Diana Prince, the Paladin of Themyscira, basically Wonder Woman in the second season. And I think this interaction between player characters, especially male female, is a fun aspect, and I'm missing that. So one of the next episodes will feature the introduction of a new player character that joins Victor on his quest, and I will create her also as well using Machine Gods of the Noxian Expanse, and this actually shouldn't take too long. So, Reema Vess will be a level 3 character, but that's actually pretty simple. I create her at level 1, and then I'll just give her 2d6 additional hit points, 1d6 for every level, and make another roll on the talents table for the odd level. So let's just go through the process. And I always use these, they're pretty generic and unlimitedly useful. These are character cards created by Matt Jackson. I linked them also a couple of videos ago. He posted them on his blog. The thing is that somehow, I think, at least last time I checked, you couldn't access his blog anymore if you're not like it's not a public blog anymore, let's put it this way. So I don't know if you can still get these, but these are pretty versatile, and I'll use them for almost all the 20 based games. So I will use that one also for Shadow Space. And what I usually do, I write the system on top of it so that I know what rule set powers this character. So we also know a couple of things. We know it is Reema Vess, and she is a human. Her class is a bounty hunter, even though obviously Shadow Space is classless, but she's still a bounty hunter. She will be level 3. I just skip alignment, background, and a deity. And that's basically the basic information. And let's just go through the process. So get this little birthday train thing out of the way here. So, creating your character creation summary. So this is the summary, and it's explained in detail in the following pages. So we roll our ability scores with 3d4 plus 6. 3d4 plus 6, and we roll 6, or we generate 6 scores, and then we can assign them as we see fit. So let's see, 3d4 plus 6. That is 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 6, that is 12. 12. And these 4s are hard to get out of here. All right, so 12. And I can't see it. 3, 4. 4 plus 6, that is 10. You know what? I will be using my dice cup, I think. And my dice tray. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plus 6. That is 14. 3 to go. That is 5 plus 6. That is 11. 2 to go. Ooh, that's a good one. 8, 9, 10, 11 plus 6, 17. One more. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 plus 6, 13. Okay. All right, now we got our stats. So obviously, because it's a ranged focus game, I will assign 17 to Dex. But that's actually the good thing. And I took this from from, I gotta admit, from 4th edition D&D, your armor class, usually it's always Dex, but here you can choose Dex or Int or Wisdom modifier, so you're not obligated to put your highest stat in Dex if you want to have a high AC, if you want to have a different focus for your character. So in 4th edition D&D, I think the reflex defense value was either Dex or Int, and I'm using the same approach that I explained in my Starship combat section. So dexterity, of course, is quick reflexes, but intelligence is tactical thinking and tactical awareness, and wisdom is perception, intuition, anticipation. So these are all things that factor in the difficulty to hit you. So you can actually choose which of these you want to use, but I think a high dexterity either way suits her. So I put the 17 in Dex, and that is it uses the standard modern modifier spread, so that'll be a +3. So we cross out the 17. Now we have the 14. It'll be strength, because I imagine her as a tough character, but she's also quick-witted, because she has to be, because of her profession. And so I'll put 13 in wisdom +1, and I put the 12 in intelligence +1, because that is good if you have to search data nets and stuff. 11 will be constitution, so that's no modifier, and charisma will be 10, also no modifier. So we got our ability scores. Now we select 3 trained skills. So Shadow Space features 12 broad skills, and we know a high charisma and good interaction skills can of course lead to pleasant and exotic encounters. But interaction is also important for persuasion, bluffing, deceiving, negotiating, gathering information, and all forms of social interaction, mostly verbal, also performing in front of an audience. So I think that is always a good choice for the part of gathering information. So she will be trained in interaction, and I just put this in the talents and spells section here. Interaction will be her first skill. Her second skill will be streetwise, obviously, knowledge of crime syndicates and gangs, black markets, shadow ports, and general illegal operations, knowing where to go to get illegal jobs and buy or sell illegal items. Okay, so streetwise. Now we got one more skill. She is not really a pilot, so I'm not giving her piloting. Everybody can pilot. Skill means just if you are trained in the skill that is useful for the task you roll with advantage. But she basically, of course, she needs the starship to get from A to B, and for the occasional space combat, but she is not like a focused hotshot pilot like Nesh is. So I'm skipping piloting. I'm torn between security systems and systems operation. Security systems is disabling electronic locks, cameras, and other electronic security and surveillance systems. This is, of course, if she needs to get into some place. And systems operation is basically the computer skill operating all electronic devices like computers, sensors, communications, and ship systems. Also hacking and programming skills. And hacking and programming also covers for me like deep searches and digging up obscure information in the data nets. So that'll be, I think, more useful. So it'll be systems operation as her third and final skill. All right, so we got skills done. Now 2 special features. And special features are like, what could be called class features, but since it's classless, I wanted to go like for this build your own approach, where you can custom tailor your character by picking these special features. And since she always fights with 2 blaster pistols, I will definitely take dual wielding. It says you can wield 2 one-handed weapons in combat. You still make only 1 attack against a single target. If the attack succeeds, you roll the damage dice of both weapons and keep the higher result. All right, dual wielding. And we get to choose another feature, 2 special features. When I was thinking about this, I was torn between highly skilled, because I figured I could get her security systems as another skill, or deadly attack, because it's just so fitting and actually pretty powerful. And you will notice that these special features, they're not all balanced. Obviously, there are some choices that are more powerful, I would say, than others. This is intentionally because, this game assumes familiarity with role-playing games, so it's not really a something for if you try it out for the first time. And this is my play style. I always prefer fitting or character abilities fitting the concept, instead of always taking like the no-brainer choice, because then everybody would just take the same stuff. Of course, you can, like, if you have a class system, you can balance these things out by I don't know, hit die or whatever. But since I mostly either play solo or with people that are like-minded, it's not always that I take the obviously most powerful choice. I take the things that fit the character that I imagine. But in this case, deadly attack, even though it is a powerful ability, also fits her style. So it says choose 1 specific character scale weapon, and this is basically like the balancing factor. You have to choose 1 specific weapon, so it doesn't work with all weapons. And then you score a critical hit with that weapon on an attack roll of natural 18 to 20, which is, I admit it, pretty powerful. Deadly attack is basically inspired by the miniatures game that was called also Deadly Attack 1920, or Mace Windu had it, Warpath style fighting, which gave you the same ability. I just think it is fitting. So Deadly Attack it is. All right, so now we got our 2 special features. So starting hit points is easy, 8 plus con modifier. So 8 con modifier is 0, 8 hit points. Starting money, I'm not going to do this because she's an established character. I make her level 3. I played also a prequel series with that character, so I will give her the equipment that I think she has. Equipment I will do off camera. But she will have 2 blaster pistols, and also, like, obviously dual wielding doesn't state it does have to be, or it must be, a one-handed weapon, so she could actually use 2 heavy blaster pistols. But this is again my play style. Whenever we have dual wielding characters in Star Wars, at least in my understanding, they usually don't have heavy blasters. They have like normal or lighter blasters, because I think it is more fitting with normal blasters. So she won't have heavy blasters, even though rule-wise she could, but flavor-wise it just doesn't check with me. So I rather spend money to upgrade her blasters, make them like mastercrafted or customized, which gives the character more flair, than going for the heavy blasters. So, but I digress. So equipment. All right, she's a human, and humans, that is the default, start with the talented species trait. And then finally we roll on the talents table to determine our starting talent or talent. So everybody gets a starting talent, but if you have the talented species trait, which is the default for humans, but if you want to play a species that looks different, you could still take talented. Yeah. But for humans it's the default. So that means I get to roll twice for my starting talents, and because she will be level 3 and you get a talent every odd level, I get to roll 3 talents. Okay, so and you do not choose talents. This is like, because this is based on Shadow Dark and compatible with it, it's not supposed, you're not supposed to choose, because also some talents are more powerful than others. And so let's say if you roll a 2, which is gain a trained skill, which is not so powerful, but or choose a talent, you could basically, you get your free pick from this table. Same if you roll a 12. This is like the Shadow Dark DNA that shines through. So if you would be able to choose, that would defeat the whole purpose of it. So talents are always rolled. Yeah, so let's roll 2d6. I need another d6. You know what? Because she's Reema Vess, let's take red dice. First talent. 2. Ha! And we were just talking about it. So I get to choose a talent. Then, because it is fitting, I will take Deadly Accuracy. You can reroll any damage die that shows a 1. You must take the second result. So she's got Deadly Accuracy. And this actually is a good thing. And I put a little T here so that I know it's a talent, because this really fits the character. Dual wielding, deadly attack, deadly accuracy. She's like an expert markswoman. Okay, second talent. That is a 3. +2 to any 1 ability score of your choice, or +1 to any 2 ability scores of your choice, or +1 AC whenever you are unarmored. So this will not come into play often, I guess. So I will be choosing. And now I will go for the option +1 to any 2 ability scores, because then I can get 2 bonuses. So I will add 1 to wisdom, bringing it up to 14, which increases the bonus to +2. And the other one will be Constitution, bringing up my Constitution to 12, giving me a bonus of +1. That means at first level, or for the first level, you get it added to your hit points, but not on the subsequent levels. And there you also only roll a d6. This is also like the Shadow Dark DNA, that you do not add your con modifier to your hit points at subsequent levels, only at first level. And now the last level 3 talent. Oh wait, I gotta note this. +1 con and whiz. And that was also a talent. And now the last one. Oh, 10. Okay, deadly accuracy again. So it doesn't say, damn, I should have put it. So this doesn't stack with itself. So if this talent comes up again, you are supposed to re-roll. Okay. 9. Choose one armor type. You gain +1 AC from that armor type. Yes, I will choose heavy armor. Okay, so +1 AC from heavy armor. Okay, so we said, so now we only need to roll 2 more d6 for level 2 and 3. And here you don't add con. That is 8 plus 9. So she's got 17 hit points. All right, so we're done. So this is how a character is created in Shadow Space. Pretty quick process. We just created a level 3 character. And actually from the rolls that came up, I think this is pretty fitting with her armor bonus, because she's an armor expert. She basically wears her armor as a second skin. And she's got deadly accuracy with her dual blasters. Yeah, actually, I'm happy the way how this turned out. Like I said, equipment I will do off camera, because I want to create another character. So this is Reema Vess, and she will be featured in the future, playing Shadow Space. She will go on a bounty hunt. And now I got another one of these great character cards here. Let's do another character for Machine Guards of the Noxian Expanse, which is also actually a quick process here. So, character creation steps. Roll your attributes. 3d6 6 times and then assign it. I'm always using my house rule that everything below 11 is an 11. Because in my games, adventurers are never below average. Otherwise, they wouldn't be adventurers. All right, so that is 8, 10, so that's an 11. That is actually 13, huh? 8, 9, yeah, 13, that's great, because that gives me a bonus. Nine, 11. Okay, 3 to go. Ugh, 11. It's actually less than 11, but 11 is also not that great because it doesn't give me a modifier. Ooh, but this is good. 14. 3, 5. 1 to go. Oh, come on. 11. Okay. So basically I got 2 stats with a +1 modifier. So that'll be, this character will be Vanessa R. She's also a human. Machine Gods is also classless, so she's just a reclaimer. Those are those adventurers that go out and look for tech. And she will be level 1. And I will go into alignment and stuff off camera to see if in title if there's something here. Let's just do the mechanics here first. Character's health, defense rating, and initiative. Okay, so health is 2 times con score. Oh, I haven't assigned these yet, so let's do this real quick. All right, so I definitely want the dexterity 14, so that is +1, 14 dex. and I want charisma 13 plus 1. And it's pretty easy. Everything else is 11. 0. Okay, so hit points are 2 times con. So that is 22 hit points. Defense rating is Dex modifier plus armor, and since it's a player-facing system, it's not a static value, it's a modifier you roll versus the static attack value of the enemy. So it'll be plus 1 for Dex, and I gotta check the armor later. So it'll be like maybe plus 3 if I take a plus 2 armor or something. Okay. So we do defense rating. Oh, initiative is, unless I take a feat, is also your Dex modifier. But I can remember that. So because this character card does not feature a initiative modifier thing, because it's usually your dexterity. Okay, so pick a feat, and if I can choose a drawback, I can pick another feat. Okay. Feats are also like those special abilities that give your character something to stick out. Okay, so okay, so I imagine her, she's got quick hands because she's like a thieving type. Quick hands. You have advantage on all dex checks related to sleight of hand or thieving in general. So she's got quick hands. And I want to give her a drawback. And she is slow moving and sluggish. No. Missing eye. Ignorant, gullible, fooled. No. Okay. Do I want to give her a drawback? Is there anything that that I would want to Yeah, actually, because okay, I want another feat, so I gotta give her a drawback. And she is also, just like Victor, also arrogant. So that otherwise she wouldn't be traveling alone, and that because I want to give her, so she's arrogant. Put this down here. W, weakness, arrogant. Because she will be like a ranged character, and I want to give her marksman. Or markswoman in this case. Means you can choose to roll a ranged attack with disadvantage. If you do so and the attack hits, you deal the maximum possible damage with your weapon. Okay, so, and now the only thing we still need is, so traits and motivation, I will roll or choose off camera. Just want to show you the mechanical aspects here. I write down my gear, do that off camera. So I think we're done. So she will be like an arrogant, thieving, grave robbery type character, and she will be encountering Victor and traveling with him when I continue my Machine Gods of the Noxian Expanse. So here we have it, another character quickly created in a different, also classless system. Yeah, so this is it for this video. No gameplay today, but yeah, I wanted to say hi to you guys and tell you that I'm back, and I'm looking forward to the next gameplay session of Machine Gods. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and do all this YouTube stuff. And I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye bye.